What if I told you that every debt you take on is turned into a security, tracked, traded, and even profited from using a Wall Street ID number you never heard of? Now, in this video, I'm going to expose how CUSIP numbers are assigned to your debts, how they're used to monetize your obligations, and why understanding this flips the script on the entire debt game. Now, before we dive into this video, okay, understand that I've studied consumer law, security instruments, and financial codes, and I'm here to show you what the banks will never tell you. Also, this is not financial advice. This is only for educational purposes only. Make sure to do your due diligence, okay? Also, at the same time, if you're brand new, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, because if you do that, we will be at the top of the algorithm and people can see this information. Now, what we're going to be talking about specifically today, don't mind the glasses, just you know, on the move today. So this is just the outfit for the day, man. You dig what I'm saying? We're going to be specifically talking about the CUSIP number and the mystique, and kind of remove the mystique behind the CUSIP number. I think a lot of people look at the CUSIP number and they think that is something that is, you know, they don't truly know what it means, okay? So we're going to break down what that necessarily means, which is the Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedures. We're going to be talking about how that digit is going to be effective in the debt discharge process. We're going to talk about how debt gets a CUSIP number because they don't start with it. And lastly, I'm going to show you the legal merit behind it. That's the whole goal, to give this for educational purposes only and empower you to really, you know, take a gander and dive deeper into these things. Okay. I think one of the things that we do is we learn a new concept and then we just go and jump on it and do it right away without even fully understanding exactly like the merit behind it. So that's what I hope to really bring to you guys. And also at the same time, stay all the way to the end. You dig me? If you want to gather all of this game and get a full understanding of how to do this properly, watch all the way to the end. Don't just watch until you get the information that you want. Watch all the way to the end, because there's going to be a nugget. There's going to be a piece in there that probably is going to help you in any journey as regards to consumer law. So let's dive into it. What is a CUSIP number? The CUSIP number, when you look up the CUSIP number, is the Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedures, okay? It is a system that assigns a unique 9-digit alphanumeric identifier to financial instruments like stocks, bonds, and other securities, okay? These CUSIP numbers are used to streamline trading, settlement, and record-keeping processes for these instruments, especially in the North American markets. So long story short, when this becomes a security, and security means stocks, bonds, and other things like promissory notes, other things like mortgage-backed securities or bundled credit card debt, okay? These all fall under those same category as stocks. So when you understand that, them attaching a CUSIP number is so they can track these securities. You dig what I'm saying? See, understanding what the CUSIP number is not about you. Okay, well, I have a CUSIP number, so I'm going to use that to discharge my debt. But it's not really like using the CUSIP number at all. It's more of an understanding and knowing, okay, if there is a CUSIP number, then this is something that is being traded. This is something that is being used as a financial asset, which further affirms that they are making money off of our promissory notes, that they are making money off of our loans. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, it's not something that you get excited. Okay, I have a CUSIP number, so let me gather money from the CUSIP number. No, it's used as a tool or as evidence to affirm that that they are making money off of it. So if they're making money off of it, that dives into the same question. Are you guys double collecting? Are you guys double dipping? Okay. So understanding that 9-digit alphanumeric code is going to track those bonds, stocks, and debt instruments, it just affirms that your debt is a security, which is also money to the banks. Okay. is tapped in with mortgage-backed securities, bundled credit card debts. They all get one because they're a financial instrument. And an even bigger fact is when the debt is securitized, they will be assigned a CUSIP number without your knowledge. So another thing to understand is that if you have a CUSIP number, or if you find a CUSIP number on your particular debt, that means that it was securitized. Okay? So this number turns your private debt into public profit. The reason why we're bringing up this is because the profit is what is going to get your debt discharged. Understanding that it having a CUSIP number is going to make them profit, that's when you're starting to get it. That's when you're understanding, okay, this is my argument right here. Okay, here's how your debt gets a CUSIP number. Once a promissory note is signed, the banks can bundle and sell that note as a security. Okay, again, that's confirmation. It also enters the secondary market, often through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and private trust. We all know about these companies, okay? These are companies that are tied to mortgages, loans, etc. And what happens is they're being sold to them, okay? A CUSIP number is created so it can be traded. It cannot be traded without the CUSIP number. The CUSIP number being attached to your loan just means it is being traded, being securitized. It's not an account that you would then use to fund your other bills. It's not that, okay? You become collateral in a larger system for financial instruments, okay? So the CUSIP number is going to help you be able to strategize against paying a debt that has already been paid for, or something that's making them money. Then we dive into the consideration conversation. So another thing I want to talk about is 15 USC 77B, which is going to define what security is. When you see the term security, it means any note, stock, treasury stock, security future, security-based swap, bond, debentures, and evidence of indebtedness. You dig me? Certificate of interest or participation in any profit-sharing agreement. The point that I'm trying to bring up is the fact that securities are sellable. They are financial instruments. Okay? So, again, this is something that banks profit from. I think that's the key. Okay? It does explain it broadly, but when you know what a security is, it makes it make sense. And then we can dive into the SEC rule 15C2-11, which essentially breaks down that there are disclosures that are needed for any type of security, especially the ones that are being traded or the ones including debt bundles. Okay? So there's certain disclosures that should be given to you when you ask for it. So if you have a CUSIP number on your loan, or if it's a CUSIP number attached to it, you can ask for any and every disclosure as it pertains to the trading of it, the securitization of it, any records on it. So if part of the record is that it's been paid for, I should be notified of this. If anything, I should be profiting from this, but we're not talking about that. How about using that as my way I'm paying my debt? Oh, it already did pay my debt. You just don't want to tell me. You want to make extra money off of me. This is why we're having this conversation today, because banks will take your loan agreement, make it tradable. You then find out that there's a CUSIP number, and the CUSIP number is affirming that they've traded it. So now if you traded it, you lost being the holder in due course. Am I right or am I right? You dig what I'm saying? But then, given the fact that there's a CUSIP number, if I ask you for the accounting ledger, if I ask you for any identifying information that would prove to me that the security has been sold, and you don't give it to me, you'll be violating the Security Exchange Act of 1934. Again, this is why they never told you this, okay? They never told you this because if they disclose this, this would mean that the bank will have to then, affirm that they never lent you money. They have literally proved everything that you have been complaining about. That's why they won't disclose it to you. That's what one says, okay, well, why don't they just tell me? Or why when I go and I complain to them, it doesn't work? No, they're going to make you take them through the process. They don't want everybody to just freely do this. Okay. Another thing to understand, if the CUSIP exists, it's evidence that it's a transferable instrument. Things that we already have deduced. Okay. But it's the confirmation that they are trading this. And someone will say, well, why are you keep emphasizing that? Because if they're trading it, that means that it's something that is a tradable asset. So if you are going to trade it, if you are going to make money off of it, why are you also making me pay? Why are you making it seem like you loaned me something? Why are you making it seem like it wasn't an exchange? Okay. You can also argue that they've been compensated through sale or securitization. So that this helps affirm the argument that they are double dipping, that they are trying to do something that's unlawful, illegal. Okay. See, the game only works when you believe the debt exists in its original form. When you think that the debt is something that you owe, something that was particularly loaned to you, and you are indebted to someone that loaned you money, think again, because they didn't loan you any other money. They didn't loan you anything. That's the part that we have to get over. And it's not for you to go scream at them and say, well, you didn't loan me money, that's why I'm not paying it. No, that's not how you do this. Okay. You want to take them through an administrative process that we're going to talk about, challenge them and ask them whether or not they securitize it, ask them for their identifying information. And your argument is not going to be that they're forcing you to pay or that they're ignoring your tender or payment, whatever the case may be. Your argument is now that it's already been paid. Okay. Your argument is that they aren't disclosing the information they're supposed to disclose. Right? Your argument is, hey, look, I'm asking for proof of XYZ and you never gave it to me. So your argument shifted and changed, not to where you're going to complain about them not taking your coupon or whatever the case may be. You're going to start arguing with them and challenging them on them not doing what it is that they're supposed to do, which is disclose information. Do you guys gather that? Okay. So this is how you're going to spot the paper trail. Number one, you want to look for loan securitization reports or use a Freedom of Information Act request on the agencies like Fannie Mae, like your credit card company, your loan servicer, whoever the case may be. You want to ask for the information as it pertains to this security. Okay. You also want to do the loan securitization. Someone will say, well, how do I find out if my loan was securitized? If you go on Google and you type in how to find if my loan was securitized, you'll be able to get this information. So again, this is something I'm literally looking up, and I'm showing you guys that I'm looking it up so that one can't say, oh, well, how do I do that? Here it is. Boom. You go online and it says, check your loan documents and statements. Mortgage statements. Your monthly statement should list the name and contact information of your current loan servicer and the company responsible for handling your payment. So it should say that on your statement. And number two, on your closing documents, such as the promissory note, deed of trust. Okay. Number two, contact your loan servicer. Your loan servicer is legally obligated, my baby, to inform you about the owner of your mortgage and whether it has been sold. So right there on Google, no extravagant book or nothing like that. I literally looked it up because people think you can't just look this up. And it says that your loan servicer is legally obligated to inform you. Okay. So it says contact them via phone, mail, or through their website. So if they ever say, oh, we can't give it to you, or they decide not to, they are doing something illegal. Okay. Then we dive into some more lookup tools like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, right? They have a system where you can actually look it up. You can also go on MERS, Mortgage Electronic Registration System. If you see your loan in that database, it should give you the information of who they've transferred to or who it is under. Okay. And you can also call the toll-free number listed on when you look this up. Okay. You can also go to the SEC.gov and look and search for company filings under filing and forms, and that using the Edgar system. Under general purpose searches, select companies and other filers, type the company name in the search box, look for the filing related to the securitized pools of loans, find the pooling and servicing agreement to learn more about the securitized trust. Okay? So again, it breaks it all down on Google. And one will say, well, this stuff is so complicated. Start there. Start on Google. Start taking your questions to Google. You dig what I'm saying? So a couple more laws to mention. Under UCC 3-301, pretty much breaks down who is entitled to enforce the negotiable instrument. It's somebody who is the holder in due course, not somebody that has sold the note. If they sold the note, then they are not the holder in due course. Then we dive into UCC 9-203. Under UCC 9-203, it pretty much breaks down. A security interest only being enforceable when there is proof of value in agreements. Okay, so when it talks about when they have transferred it, right? Number one, that value that was exchanged when you signed it was your signature. But what value did they exchange with you? Okay, they only can say that they have security interest if they have proof that they have given any type of value to this instrument and didn't just use you as the only source of value. Okay, and the agreement will have to be solid. If the agreement is not solid, then they can't have security interests. So it's impossible for them to have security interests just on the consideration alone. You dig what I'm saying? Now here's what this means for debt discharge. Listen to me clear. If the debt was sold, the original party no longer has standing. If it was securitized, if it has a CUSIP number, if it has anything that would give you any type of evidence that will make you believe that it was sold, then what they are doing now is fraudulent, which is double collecting. Okay? Number two, when you do the conditional acceptance process, you can demand proof of the original contract and value. Okay? And they have to essentially prove that you still owe, given the fact that they have made money already. I'm breaking this down very simple, very chill, and calm and relaxed because, again, this is not something I'll care for you to get excited about. It's more of an understanding. I'm always going to bring it back to an understanding so that you can actually take them through the real process, so that you know why we ask these questions. If it was more confirmation that you needed, other than just asking them, if there's a CUSIP number, just know that it was publicly traded. And if it's publicly traded, that means that they essentially have no standing to collect from you. Okay? When you start to challenge them and say, hey, was there value exchange? Meaning that if you're going to make money from my instrument that I signed, then that's the value that was exchanged. Now, if I come from an aspect of you not giving me any type of value other than a vehicle that you have no security interest over, then that means that, number one, you have no standing and this contract is null and void. Okay? And then number three, you have a right to challenge any claim that hasn't been fully validated. So if you ask them for this information, they cannot validate it. You can challenge any claim under UCC 3-305. Okay? Someone that's not the holder in due course, somebody that's attempting to double collect, someone that is attending to misrepresent and not give you the true information, full disclosures, are violating your rights and can be sued in court. Okay, I say can be, and you may win because I'm not taking liability. But if you know this to its full capacity, you can be able to challenge banks and determine whether they are doing their job. And it's going to be less about you owing somebody, and it's going to be more about them doing their job, because even the court knows that they take advantage of, even the Constitution, even Congress knows that they take advantage of it. Okay? This is why they put it together. Now, if it's a security, it should come with a prospectus, and if it doesn't, question the claim. All right? I don't care what happens. Always question things that you don't trust or believe in. Y'all be in the comment section questioning me all the time and, asking me questions, and I totally get it, right? That's good. I don't want you to just do it to those people that you don't believe talking about this, I want you to go ahead and actually question the bank and see how they respond. And that response shouldn't piss you off to say, well, it never works for me. We're not going to play victim. It should piss you off to say, damn, they keep taking advantage of me. How can I be able to really take them to the task? And how are you going to take them through the task? Is challenging their jurisdiction, challenging whether they can collect. And when they don't answer this, be willing to take them to court. Be willing to sue them. I know it may seem inconvenient, but do what you got to do. Now, your debt has a barcode, and if that barcode leads to profit, then you know that everyone got paid except for you. If you want to learn more about this, down below I have the Complete That Guide. You can tap in with the Complete That Guide down below, okay? If you tap in, you become an affiliate. So all my debt discharge people that want to learn debt discharge on a more deeper level, want the templates that I personally put together that pertains to my YouTube videos, tap in to the Complete That Guide. Number 2, if you want to work with me one-on-one, join the Fund Yourself Academy. It is only for specific people, okay? Whether you want to fix your credit, get funding, or build a credit repair business, tap into my one-on-one mentorship. If it's about debt discharge and you just want to set it and forget it and somebody's going to discharge your debt, this is not the problem. This is not the program for you, okay? This is for people that actually want to learn and will be working with me directly. Lastly, tap in with me on Instagram at biz.nick. Tap in me on Twitch at biz_nick, okay? I'm about to post this, and then we'll probably go live after the video. If not today, then I'm going live tomorrow for sure. Okay. Had a busy couple of days, so that's why we haven't been streaming. Okay. So tap in. Okay. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming and getting all the way to the end. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification button so that you get an update every time I post a video. If you got this far, comment the word discharge, and I'll see you in the next one.